Comments, concerns?
Figure things out as we go.
I like to think that they show this to you in character, like, like after we do all this, icebreaker stuff.
Great. Golden.
That'd be hilarious. Okay, we're live, so we might as well get started. Waiting for Mike, but hopefully he shows up after the intro, more or less.
Ooh.
Am I on the right doc? Is this session 56? It is session 56. Crazy. Thought we were in 57 for some reason. Okay. Kick it off with a recap. Last time on Tragedy of War.
Bum, bum, bum.
The session began with the faithful few having just finished their battle against the forces of Gale and Forlorn. And Sanctum marching toward the battlefield. The survivors were scattered throughout the town after the battle. Brelikk gave the order to prepare for this oncoming onslaught from Sanctum. Following his lead, Theramak stepped forward to call the sons and giants to the town's center. It would seem that the half-orcs, alongside Brelikk, their chief, intended to fight until their last breath. No fleeing, no surrender. After tying off Sasha at one of the rowboats, Artyom returned to stand with them. Brelikk called his Pegasus, Theo, down and gave him a choice of staying or leaving. Theo chose to stay, acting as Brelick's noble steed who carried him into battle when Sanctum arrived. Khanek, Rolland, Bosong, Nikolai, and Vough all chose to flee, allowing the half-orcs to make their sacrifice for the greater good of the war. They held off Sanctum long enough for the faithful few to escape to the hilltop ruins on the northwest side of the map using the Dimension Door spell. Brelikk, the chief, led his sons through the ruins in a death charge.
Sorry, no, I'm gonna change that. Brelikk is the king, alright?
The king? Oh, okay, King
Yeah.
Brelikk.
Yeah.
King Cougarabron led his sons through the ruins in a death charge. Sentries stood at the ready with their automatic weapons, training them on the king.
Kings can be little bitches.
The king of
So save your
heritage.
fucking life.
Their fire ripped through his exposed flesh, bit by bit, piece by piece. Yet
Standing.
Brelikk stood standing. A final, well-placed shot pierced through the light of Brelick's chest. He fell back as the world around him slowed down. The bloody rain fell upon his skin, and his body came crashing down into the muck. As he stared up at the red sky, he wondered if it was the same sky every chief of past had seen in their final moments. The faithful few heard Theramak's bellowing cry from the hilltop ruins. The battlefield below was ridden with death as Brelikk sacrificed himself and his people for the faithful's cause. Rolland, in particular, felt a sudden obligation to not let this go through and save Brelikk from his rather timely demise. Rolland polymorphed himself into a Quetzalcoatlus, flying high above the battlefield as to not be seen. While the Warforged sentries were distracted by the remaining giants and suns, Rolland flew down and shifted back into his normal form next to a bright orange Warforged. The Warforged watched as Rolland placed his hand upon Brelikk to teleport him to safety, speaking only the final parting words, that the faithful will fall. And then Rolland and Brelikk were back in the hilltop ruins, surrounded by the rest of the faithful few and an old man with a hammer. The session ended with Rolland cradling Brelick's bloody body in his arms, mourning his loss if only for a moment, before the body drew a ragged, shallow breath. And that's where we'll pick up. Mike's not here for me to give the item. From last session...
Brelikk,
Oh.
are you awake?
Yeah, you're good.
Can you hear me, Brelikk?
Did someone cast Revivify? Am I up?
You have 1
rolled a nat
HP,
20.
but whether he's conscious or not is tenuous.
I'm gonna say he's unconscious right now. He's.
Actually,
Okay.
I can't slap you. That would,
You slap him at 1 HP. Okay,
You-
Brelikk rolled that save.
I poke him. I poke him.
The body that you all are surrounding and that you're holding, Rolland, you know it to be of Brelikk, especially you, Rolland, since you grabbed him. But he's almost entirely unrecognizable after
Oh, he's that ugly now.
what
huh?
he has endured. There's
No, it's handsome Squidward.
he looks way
Hey, Cannon.
better.
Cannon, you got any more of those lay-on hands?
You gonna lay your hands on him?
Can you lay your hands on this chieftain, buddy?
I have
King!
hands. Let's see what.
Rolland, blood is pooling around your kneeling form. It's like you're
I
sitting.
do have lay on hands.
You're sitting.
Lay
in
on
this
hands, this
puddle.
motherfucker.
These ragged breaths are rising from the body you hold. Its left arm is hanging by these shreds of flesh. Bones are exposed in several places. And the right side of this body's face is just like pulpy. The eye sockets are exposed, bloodshot. And the chest just heaves up and down with laboriously. The scar across his chest is flickering with the light that, used to shine brightly from within.
Do you lay on hand?
Yeah, I give him 9 points of lay on hands.
Hell yeah. So-
you guys has the fucking the bottle of honey or whatever. Fucking.
Oh, the honey pot. I don't know if you could swallow right now.
Yeah, he's slack-jawed. No,
I'll describe. Can I describe something, Harry? with
Yeah,
my
yeah.
age?
yeah.
Yeah, like what you see is probably the most horrifying feeling of your life. Like it's not much, but like what you see is like, some basically bits of tissue just sort of like slowly, like for a moment reattaching, trying to like gain whatever fucking form it is on whatever part of his body. that
Yeah, we'll
that's
say it's
healing.
the arm.
Oh.
The arm resockets itself, but everything else still looks the same.
Yeah. You see it like the 90, like the heel is
So
like
there's just like a
what the
click.
fuck? Like the heel, if the heel had sentience, it'd be like, what the fuck do you want me to do here? Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
Sure,
the heel
pop
goes
the shoulder
into
back in.
prioritize what the biggest problem is, yeah. Um,
the fucking shoulder.
yeah, there's your abdomen is probably like burned and almost like the skin flayed in some ways. It just looks raw from all of the bullets that impacted it but didn't pierce, luckily. And as this healing enters your body, Brelikk, you there's a click from the shoulder being resocketed, and then you draw like a sharper breath, and your eyes slightly, like very hazily, like you're like double visioning big time, but like your eyes flutter open and you see like Rolland's form hovering over you, and there's like 6 of him,
Brelikk, can you hear us?
Tries to speak, but like nothing, like can come out at the moment, and he falls back under unconscious.
Like, this fucking bastard.
Fucking cunt of a king. Hold on.
Let's just
What?
get going and find a camp to
Okay.
rest in.
He's stabilized. He'll wake with time.
We need to rest, and we need to find a place before the machine army comes and destroys us.
And as you say that, you're like us. No, you're like us. And you look around and there's just the old man with a hammer looking at you, implied to be part of the us. And that you saw him on the battlefield, but you don't quite know who this man is or why he even followed you.
Well, I promised him he could kill dragons if he came with us.
Oh,
so-
you did say that, yeah. David, what does your character look like? Would you describe him to everybody?
So you see a old tanned man covered in scars, and his skin looks like essentially the texture of stone worn away by the wind.
Own skin?
No, he doesn't. It's just rough skin.
Right.
Uh,
Oh, sure.
he has long hair that's held up by a bandana. His hair's graying, but he's also covered in tribal style tattoos. And besides the hammer and Akko's leg dangling on his back, he has absolutely no armor whatsoever.
Perfect.
So, yeah, he's more or less only wearing a loincloth. That's it.
And it really doesn't hide his penis. You can kind of see it sticking out.
Okay.
If you want to imagine that, you want to add that to your image of the song, sure,
It's
why
a
not?
third leg.
Yeah. Bosong
Wait.
got that third leg.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I got
Guys, there's one person here that hasn't read a D12.
Michael.
That you?
Let me fix the cams. So, Mike, you guys are all in the hilltop ruins right now, and Brelikk is begrudgingly
Alive.
not waking up, but he is alive. And
grudgingly.
he's they're deciding if they should go find a different place to camp. And
Which we should.
yeah, you can still hear the sounds of the war waging outside, despite the fact that you just witnessed like what was essentially just the sacrifice of the entire army of Heritage. it would appear that the gunfire has started back up again, and that people are there is more conflict. Perhaps some more individuals who showed up to the battle. It just continues to wage ambiently in the distance outside. And you can't be certain whether they're sending anyone after you, but you think better safe than sorry. It's definitely a good assumption.
So, why are you here, Dragon Slayer?
The
Looking
night
over
is
at the
dark
old man.
and full of terrors. And I was sent to prevent your silly foreign war from ever reaching the shores of my homeland.
Silly foreign war. Oh, it's a good thing you came. If you hadn't, this would have surely enshrined your homeland in eternal darkness.
Great. Lovely. Let's go find camp. I want to eat this leg already.
And as as if like a comedic timing of that line, there's a gust of wind that blows down the hall from which you all emerged from, and well, those of you who did teleport straight into the ruins, and then you had to walk in, that long hallway that led into the room that you're in now. There's a gust of wind that blows from back there, and carried by the wind are these wisps of golden flecks. Sand, it would appear to be, as it kind of listlessly stops being carried and then falls to the mucky earth that lines the ground of these ruins. And then you hear what distinctly sound like steel-tipped steps with heavy armor clanking together.
We gotta go, guys.
And
It's boring.
if you look around in terms of where to go, what are you looking for, Khanek?
I poly myself into a owl. Or no, what's a small bird? What's the best bird to poly? You know what?
Do you want me to play
The Raven
Gunfire,
Owl.
Matt?
No. An owl. An owl
That's-
fits
that's
my
what I'm doing in
personality.
the background.
I poly myself into an owl, Harry.
An owl? Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
I tried to make it quiet so it wasn't like too fucking overpowering.
Where? Nothing is organized correctly. Here we go. And none of the music is playing on my end, which is also sad, but... Yeah, so you polymorph into an owl.
Able to fly out of the ruins.
Yeah, you're able to fly out of the ruins. Make me
I fly out of the ruins to see what's going on.
make a perception check with advantage.
There we go.
Yeah, so it... Oh, there we go. Now everything's catching up for me. Yeah, you take to the skies in your little owl form, and you realize that the ruins that you are in, that the rest of the faithful are in, are actually kind of precariously on the edge of a large drop-off. This expanse that...
Oh, like off a cliff?
Off the battlefield, yeah. The ruins are right on the edge, and there's just a cliff right next to you, and you actually see, now that you're higher up in one of the other rooms in the ruins, there is... they actually do crumble off the edge. or like they have crumbled off the edge, and there's like an opening in the wall. And to beyond that, with your keen owl sight, you would see a burning land below, and beyond the burning land, as if like your eyes are zooming past the land itself, you would see... Honestly, everything's going real slow on my end. The Utah moments are real. I think I should refresh my page. I'm going to do that.
Will I be safe to our people?
This burning land below you, make a history check as you fly over it.
Oh, well, take that roll.
Sure.
15 plus... Oh, my history is way higher. Yeah, plus 10, so 25.
Yeah, so you know this land to... need to...
Forlorn.
Definitely forlorn, but it is...
Well, the fire made it obvious.
It's known as the Red Ring.
What the fuck?
There we go. Now I can hear all the blowing up and gunfire. Crazy. No, to your understanding, like being a given your history as a wastelander of Sanctum, there is no other region in the world that is deemed to be as uninhabitable as the Red Ring. And it's because of all of the it's because of all of the toxins and the necrosis and the
All right, guys,
lava.
we're gonna take
basically...
Terry's saying we're gonna take dot damage. He basically used what is it called, Jorma's homeland, as a precursor of travel dot damage, and now we're gonna take fire dot damage. Yeah, Harry, am I right about this?
Hey, you would suggest that I'm gonna just
Oh
reuse
my
mechanics,
God,
Jack?
Fuck.
You think I would just
No!
reuse
We would never
mechanics?
do that to you, Harry. We would never polymorph in Dimension Door just to ruin a narrative moment.
You enhanced it, I think.
True.
All right, so
So do we
I
get a
see
long
that-
rest before?
I see that there's no other way to escape these machines except directly through the path.
Looking at the
So-
battlefield, it's basically like to the right and to the left. To the right, there's just war, and north.
All right, so
war,
here's what
south,
I'm gonna
war,
do.
But
I'm gonna
you
fly
can
back
go-
down. I'm gonna land on Roland's shoulder. All right, Roland. So you see me land
Yep.
on you. Okay. Then I'm going to point my beak toward this direction, and I'm gonna start flying toward that direction. I'm gonna fly toward the escape route, Harry. And but I can't communicate anything, so I'm just gonna keep
Yes.
flying, and I'm just gonna keep flying that way.
Yeah.
I'm just
Hold
gonna
on.
keep flying that way.
Let me see what Khanek's on about. Watch Brelikk.
Okay, I imply like
You
when
kind of rest
Roland's the only
Brelikk.
one moving, I move my head. I'm like, I imply that everyone should be moving.
Let's move.
What's that, Timmy?
So
What's that last thing? Timmy's fallen in the well?
I speak owl.
So, Roland, you watch as Khanek flies kind of
Uh-huh.
like through the.
Yeah, I fly and touch
He
everyone.
wants
and I,
us
like,
to
fly.
follow.
Yeah.
He flies through kind of like this break in the wall at the other end of the room, and from your perspective, you can see like this orange glow coming from the other side of the break in the wall, and Khanek, you fly through, and you find the little crumbled edge that you witnessed from above, and Rolland and the others. Do you just leave Brelikk in the other room to rest while you all look into this?
No, Roland has Brelikk in his arms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess I have him over the shoulder.
He's a big guy.
Fireman's carry.
Yeah, you do so. you throw them over your back and step into the other room with the others. And
how many total members do we have in the party? 6?
Well,
We
now
have
it's like
6.
4.
Wait, is Vough still alive?
yes,
Yeah, I'm alive.
Okay, so we have Vough, we have Brelikk, we have
taking attendance.
Zorn, we have
He literally
Art-
just spoke.
He almost.
Oh wait, we don't have Will's character anymore. Will's
Correct.
gone.
Will's out.
Nice.
And then-
We have
well, I guess
Bosong.
Brelik's
We have Nikolai, and we have. So we still have 7
Yeah.
or 6.
1, 2,
We still have
3,
6
4,
because
5,
Matt has 2
6,
characters
7.
right now.
Yeah.
So or we have 6.
Oh,
We have
yeah,
6.
yeah, yeah.
No,
All
7.
right, give one of them to Will.
Wait, 7?
Yeah.
Don't you mean 6? Oh wait, no
Oh,
wait, didn't
no.
Cannon's
Yeah.
didn't Cannon's NPC come with us?
He's dead.
That's-
Which one?
Yeah, no. That's
Oh.
my bad.
Yeah, he's gone.
I was counting Will. in
The guy who
order.
brought the giants.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's talking
Jurlog.
Will
Yeah,
can
I don't
take
think he's
Nikolai
He
dead,
didn't.
with
He
him.
didn't die. No. I thought you were talking about Kai.
Yeah, we have Cannon's NPC, so we do have 7. We have 7.
Can I have Jurlog Gary Brelikk? Because I have an 8 in strength.
We can have Jurlog carry Brelikk. That makes sense to me.
Okay. Guys,
also a cleric,
Featherfall only
please.
covers 5. We need 2 Featherfalls to get
You
down
have an
this
8
cliff.
in strength?
I don't need feather ball.
Yeah.
How are you wearing
Okay.
the armor?
Anyone else not?
I'm not.
Okay, wait. So this is perfect because I'm an owl, so I don't need Featherfall, and then Mike doesn't need Featherfall. So then the other 5 need Featherfall.
I can take it.
Wait, actually, how far is the drop again?
You'll see once you get to the edge. I'm leading you guys to the edge. You can be your own judge.
I have to look at the ruling on the monk thing.
Monks just don't take fall damage.
So
Manga.
while you all are deliberating amongst yourselves in character, and the movement of all of the party members kind of fills the sound and the space around you all.
God damn it, the machines are
The
gonna push us
return
off
of
the
the
edge.
steel-toed steps echoes in another hallway. This time on the other side of the ruin from where you were, and from out of one of the doorways, a man steps from around the corner. Not a robot. Clad in heavy armor and a large shield on his back. Will, do you want to
Oh my
describe your
god,
character for me?
what the fuck? What the fuck?
Alrighty. Come rolling up.
Are you Big Shield Gardner? Oh, you're not Big Shield Gardner.
No, just glad it's a
Oh my god, you're a paladin! Yes!
nice
yes!
armor.
Yes!
Nice,
He's a paladin!
long sword, white and gold.
Oh
Looking
my god.
Oh my god,
dope
Will's
and
doing
dapper.
it! Yes! Holy shit! He's doing it.
it looks like the character art, you know.
He's playing the rival paladin to Cannon! Oh my god! It's happening! He's playing the rival faction! Let's go! I'm so excited! You've been power crept, Cannon. Sorry, bud.
I want you to know, Will. I would have called you a son of a bitch if you did or did not use this idea. You son of a bitch. You son of a...
Welcome to 5 o'clock D&D, motherfucker. Or shed sun plays.
Yeah. And
Damn, this art is sick though. Holy fuck. Holy shit, this looks fucking. This is like if Lucian was like a melee character, like Garen or some shit.
I know, I saw that art. I was
Awesome.
like, this looks like Lucian. It's pretty
God
dope.
damn it.
But he looks like Garen Lucian. This is fucking sick. Alright,
Guys, like, we're just being
I
a
don't
lot
want to.
more
I
ethnic.
won't interrupt anymore. That was too pog. God damn, it's happening.
All right,
Fuck.
sorry. Yeah. This guy rolls up. What direction is this guy coming from? What,
so
are we walking into him? Like, what's happening?
So it was strange. Before he seemed like he was. These sounds were coming from behind you, but perhaps that was just like echoes of the battle from beyond playing tricks on your ears. But now he seems to be, as you step into this new room, like there's another hallway on the opposite side of the ruins from where you came in, and he emerges from there. And oddly, he looks completely unscathed from any kind of, damage or anything. Like, he's in stark contrast to how Brelikk looks, let's put it that way.
Brelikk?
And you see more or less what is described by Will and from the art that is flashed before you. A very large man with shining armor and a sword. And notably, a large, long cloak draped between the pads of his shoulders. And upon the cloak is an emblazoned set of scales. Like, ones that with weights go side to side. And he looks to you all with perhaps a hint of surprise. How does he go about this, Will?
Yeah, so walking in, I kind of walk in, I stand up straight once I see you, and
I'm
I
cautious.
just introduce myself, and you go, my name is Ocerus Arolis, first emissary of the Harbingers, disciple of Huul, and the mouthpiece of His Majesty Prince Anodyne in the Kingdom of Cistern.
Are you a healer? We need a healer.
A harbinger of Cistern. I thought they weren't involved in this war.
For that, you are mistaken. I've come from far away tracking you. If so, if you're the faithful few, that is. Is that Les?
I look over at Nikolai. I guess he foresaw events even you couldn't perceive, Nikolai.
If I was not meant to see it, then I was not meant to
Oh,
see
fuck you, you coping cunt. I fucking hate you. Oh, you son of a bitch.
It's an impenetrable,
I'm foaming at the mouth,
defense,
Matt.
Jack.
I'm foaming
You
at the
cannot
fucking
break
mouth.
this narrative.
Like the episode of Avatar with Madame Wu.
You son of a bitch.
Madame Wu's predictions always come true.
God fucking damn.
So why is Cistern chosen to be involved? The Harbingers, you say? I've never heard of such a faction from Cistern.
Oh, then you clearly have been out here for too long.
I would agree.
It has taken me a long way to travel and find you. It was no easy task. You have moved quite a lot since I set out on my journey. But I've heard of the tales of the faithful few and thought I must join you.
So this Prince Anodyne, this Cisternian Harbinger situation, they intend to help the faithful few?
You represent your people. Or is this a embarkment of your own volition?
I represent the best interests of His Majesty Prince Anodyne.
You claim
Burnian
Cistern has entered the war. But what do you mean to this?
Cistern has not entered the war. Cistern will finish the war.
Cistern will finish the war. Interesting. You know, our journey started in Cistern. Help was nowhere to be found. It felt like we walked through, well, almost each of your cities, finding nothing. And yet all of a sudden, Prince Anodyne's disciple shows up. I find it odd.
Oh, you must have been mistaken. I don't know your name, but I can tell you from the
A
righteousness
paladin
that
not
you are
knowing
a
another
paladin.
paladin's name?
I can tell from the righteousness that you must be from Safeguard. But
Not.
Prince Anodyne has decided that it is time to put our foot down. Cistern is no longer a place that will sit by and be conquered.
Have you seen recent aggression from the other states? I don't know what's been happening in Cistern. I know you sit no closest to Gale, and well. We've just killed Bodako.
Bodako is dead.
He is.
That'll be an interesting journey for one of my brothers then, as he traveled to Gale, and I'm assuming, not sure who he will talk to now.
You paladins always sending people to Gale to talk to Akko, only to inevitably fail in the end. Why do you bargain with these madmen?
I'm not here to bargain. I'm joining you.
No, you've chosen the wiser road. The journey, the path that we take to slay the twin heads of the Dragon Lord. It is a much simpler task.
I take out the scale, Harry, and I point it at Khanek.
Sure.
The Millennium Scale. Ugh. I've heard of this.
He's from the deserts of Cistern. He's from the.
So
Yu-Gi-Oh!
you're pointing at just Khanek specifically, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, so the scale would be balanced.
Yeah, go ahead and
if that's how it works.
go ahead and ping the item if you can. Yeah, so funnily enough, you've been walking the lands in search of these faithful few, and along the way you've kind of been using this balance as some metric of their identifying, which ones they would be, and always the scale tips left or to the right. It always tips one way or the other, no matter who you're following. Even a few individuals that you encountered along the way in your search for the faithful, some who seemed initially as part of the group or were spoken to be as part of the group, the balance did not dictate them as equal, or did not deem them equal. And so you passed by them, namely a large robot and a satyr man. But
Holy shit!
you've continued onward since, and in this moment now you hold it up to Khanek, this strange pin-headed looking man with bandages all over his body, and he is balanced.
Oh, I see it's balanced, and I put it away. As expected.
So your artifacts do approve. It knows.
It seems that I have found the faithful few.
That you have.
Perfect. I shall join you on your quest. Where are we off to?
The heart of the dragon. Nikolai would.
Yeah.
We need to get off this cliff edge to go to Forlorn. I can featherfall 5 of us. I need another person to figure out the other 4 members, though.
Now that you are standing atop this cliff and you all are all together, and this music is very loud on my end. There we go. After Ocerus asks that question of where do we go from here, the smog from the outside of the ruin clears, and there is a glimpse of the land and the destination that awaits you, now that I can flash visuals, hopefully. Yes. As you noted before, Khanek, smoke rising out of a burning land, red skies, and tattered banners flowing. Down in the land below, you can see the charred dead, heat waves rising from the ground, and you can see these emberous flecks of ash floating through the air, suspended as if, and you can feel the back of your throat stinging as you think about walking through these lands. And
Man, I wonder if Brelick's gonna survive this dot damage.
No, that's what I'm thinking right now too.
through the heat waves, through these heat waves, the kingdom of Forlorn awaits.
So, is the cliff like
It is a drop off.
a drop off, or is it?
It's a steep drop off, yeah.
It's, okay.
Yeah, we got a feather fall off it, is what I assumed.
And how big would you say the cliff is?
All right, Mike. What's the monk limit?
Well, I only have 7 HP.
What's
so
the
I think
monk
I can-
limit, Mike?
Well, it's here. Let me check. Actually, it's 5 times my monk level, which is 70. And I have 7 HP, so I can take 76 damage.
For sure.
Which I think is pretty high. What is it, like a D6 for 10 feet or something?
I think so. Oh my god.
So, and maybe I can slide along the wall. I don't know.
Hold on. So wait. So what's the how tall is this wall? 100 feet?
So
50 feet? What does this cliff drop off?
it's, let's say it's 100 feet.
All right.
Well.
Yeah, we need 2 feather falls, gentlemen.
Yeah, let's say 100
I
feet.
can feather fall one in a group of 5.
Let's just all jump.
Okay,
Who
so
else
as a
took feather
monk,
fall?
I can run up walls. Can I run down them?
I don't think so.
This is some unique homebrew we're trying to-
maybe with an acrobatics, a successful acrobatics check. So where you guys are
But if
on
you
the
fail,
map,
you die.
Just
if you fail, you would
just
die
says-
in this situation.
More
So-
or less than 500 feet.
This is basically coin flipping your life.
so I can't use this to ping, but where you guys are right now is that large, crater that basically surrounds
Yeah.
Forlorn.
I see.
And so it's
Weird. This kind of looks like the Eye of
Wait,
Solara.
how much HP is bad at?
10.
All right, guys, game plan. I death ward bat. He jumps. He'll fall. He'll hit the ground. He'll survive with 1 HP.
That's huge. Actually.
Yeah, given the battle you all have just come from,
He
it's
will snap his leg.
you
but-
feel very taxed for sure. Many of you who have not, who didn't just arrive, you are wounded, if not ragged and shredded to pieces like Brelikk. You are still very exhausted. It's not as if you can just stop, but you do feel the need to basically rest. Just like looking at this cliffside before you, you can tell it's gonna be very difficult.
Can we
And
rest on the
very
top
risky.
of the cliff?
No,
You could
robots.
take that risk, or you could.
Okay, so risk. There's okay.
That's up to
I like
you.
to roll.
have rope.
I'd like to have Nikolai roll a religion check to see if there's a vision. If we rest at the top of the cliff, if we would fucking
Some
die.
decisions are mysterious, my friend.
Yeah, but this one requires some goddamn fuck.
Guys,
We're
I have an idea.
augury. Who has the augury spell? Fucking
Guys, I have the immovable rod. Who has 100 feet of rope?
hold on, Mike. I like
Rope.
where you're going with it.
I love rope.
Wait, no, this is genius. Actually,
This will
Use
work
the
just
rod,
like the
but it's
last time we
okay.
used rope.
Also, I could just polymorph again and for like an hour and give us rides up and down.
Wait,
Oh, that's no fun.
Oh yeah, Cannon, just polymorph and give people rides. I'll featherfall the other 5. You can polymorph and give like 3 or 4 people rides.
Still got spell slots.
All right.
Removal rod is perfect.
I have
You
a,
just
I have
leave it
my
at-
last. I've been saving my 6th level spell slot, Harry.
Oh, okay.
Why don't we tie 2 50-foot ropes
They don't
I
like the
have-
idea of that. Okay, they hate it.
Besides that, I
to
only
the
have 2
removal
first
rod,
level
have the
spell
4
slots,
people go down, and then feather fall and bring.
So
the
you're gonna have to
rope
wait
down.
for everyone
I
to
wanna
go
stick
down
the
the
rod
rope
up really
like
fast
one at
and
a
throw
time.
over the
Because one's
cliff.
gonna
Huh?
snap.
They hate
I'm
the idea
kidding.
of
I
that.
have
Okay?
no
They
idea
don't
you
like
said
the
that.
idea.
Do you
Why don't you
did,
tie
do you
250?
even have enough rope? That's a good
I
question.
don't know.
I don't know if you guys have
The
ever.
rope, the Harry
every
rope.
fucking
Harry
every
is the
fucking new character-
anti-roper.
You get
Hey,
no.
hey,
you guys
hey.
have used so much rope. There's no way you still have
but
enough
we always
rope. for
collect
that.
Hey, hey, Henry, guess what? Nikolai is a new character. I haven't used my 50 feet of rope. Will's character is a new character. And guess what?
That
New
is
characters
so
start with
true.
50 feet of
Oh,
rope.
Dude, Harry just wants
Guess
to
what?
burn all our rope so we can't
We
use
can
rope.
fucking do it. If you want to say we lose the rope after this, that's fine.
You
but
could use the
we
rope,
have 100
bro.
feet of we have,
Dude,
we have 100 feet of rope.
Jack, just
use the rope
feather
idea.
fall them, and whoever doesn't fit on the 5, I'm one, and then I could easily carry 2 people
All right.
as a
Who are
as a
the
large
first 5 who
creature.
want to come down with me?
I'll go down with
Me.
you.
I think Brelikk has to do the feather fall. Like that's
You don't want me to.
rest.
You don't want me to.
Death ward.
Well,
push you off
Lord,
the
I'm
cliff.
Death Ward him.
That's
Well,
would have been
that's
push him
so
off.
Funny. Just kick him off.
All right.
I'm gonna say this: Brelikk does have 5th level of exhaustion, so
Yeah.
there's
The
that.
perfect. The death ward would go crazy.
All right. Whoever wants to jump and go first, you can
I
come
jump.
with me. Oh, I jump. As soon as he jumps, I jump.
Okay,
Any
I'll go
other
too.
people?
Bosong swan dives over.
It would be amazing if I just didn't.
This is the pointy
You guys put a lot of
Must have
you guys put a
been-
lot of trust into me to actually do this, by the way. But
If I die, it'd be so fun. If we all die, it'd be so fun.
We all just do that long ass combat. We all just splat.
It's literally
Anyways.
the scene from. It's literally the scene from the other guys where Samuel L. Jackson and
cast-
the
I
Rock
cast
jump
Featherfall.
off and can just die.
So
I
Bosong.
cast Featherfall.
Mhm.
So who's the first 5 with
Khanek,
was me.
Ocerus, Bosong, Vough,
Yeah.
and insert Nikolai or Brelikk here.
Brelikk?
All right. and then
No. It's 5 including me, so 4 others.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Oh, okay. That's 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Making sure.
And then Nikolai could get a ride from. Yeah.
Yep.
And
that's
same
fine.
with the other NPC guy.
Okay.
Wait,
Sure
wait,
log.
Are we constant? Yeah. are we
Yeah, I
constant?
love having these NPCs. Banger, as always. I'm a big. It just makes the group.
This is where
feel
Harry
bigger.
lets the 2 NPCs die because now they're in this other sketchy situation and they could just die here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Try to stay on Cannon's back. Oh, make it back safe. They fall in the lava. Nikolai comes crawling out like Anakin from Star Wars. He's like,
I hate you.
It was meant to happen.
I hate you.
So. Yeah, those who get
I don't care if Nikolai dies.
Khanek feather falls some of the retards, and the retards jump off, and you all are floating down very slowly to the base of this cliffside. Cannon, you said you were polymorphing to take
Yeah,
other people down.
Quetzalcoatl.
Okay,
It's the largest creature I can be, so
Quetzalcoatlus.
yeah.
Okay.
Verloc is flying.
Yeah. And so you,
This is like that one scene. What are they?
right. It's like when the eagles show up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
this
know.
visage you guys get of Forlorn is actually, you could think of it like Mount Doom, kind of, and just like looking out over this burning land.
Yo, people live here.
Yo, is that the
and-
Eye of Sauron? Whoa.
Whoa.
Damn, that's crazy.
Bro, when I found this art though, I was like, this looks like way too similar to the map icon, and I was like, all right, I guess we'll use it.
I figured that they would have a hard time getting down this cliff at least, and we made some good progress. So while we're descending, could I look for like any outcrops or like caves or something, just somewhere where we could take refuge for at least like a long rest?
Sure, make a perception check with advantage.
Thank you.
Given your bird's eye perspective.
12.
Okay. Yeah, so your Quetzalcoatlus eyes scan the inner wall of the Red Ring, being this large expanse. It's like the Grand Canyon of, just potential places, like little inlets and outcrops, and you spy one that looks particularly sheltered. It's at the base of the cliffside, so it's not like halfway down or anything like that. It's at the base, and it's under a massive rock shelf, and looks to be uninhabited. Really, this whole land looks to be uninhabited. The only things that you see that occasionally move are you note that there are like corpses in the fire of the land, like charred bodies that are just fully blackened by the heat, and it would appear as though the necronimbus storms that are still shrouding this region are somehow giving life to them, but if they wiggle or move, you note one that like falls forward and like his arm comes off, and then he just like dissipates into an ash pile. But otherwise, everything seems rather inert and harmless, by all things considered. And this little alcove that you found at the base of the cliff does appear to be safely away from most of the heated land. If anything, it seems a little bit cooler in there because it's shaded and not out in the open, closer to the center where Forlorn lay. And so you're still carrying 2 of your party members, maybe 3. I've lost track. And the others you see are floating, kind of, floating down. Bosong is swan diving. But they all reach the bottom, their feet touching down at the base of the cliff. And for those of you who feather fell, if you're wearing boots, assuming you're wearing boots, if you're not, then you're barefoot, but even through your boots, you can feel, it feels like you're stepping onto like burning asphalt, like on a hot summer day, you know? Like you have to put your feet somewhere where it's a little bit cooler, or you have to put yourself on like a rock that doesn't look like it's absorbed heat as much as the other lands. And your characters are a lot tougher than we are in real life, so it doesn't really hurt them. It's just kind of an annoying discomfort, more than direct pain, as of now. But from this position down at the base, you note that this ring, Khanek, that surrounds Forlorn, Forlorn itself, the city, it rises above the lowlands that surround it. And it actually looks like that Forlorn, the city itself, is level with the cliffside that you would actually come down from. It looks like a nuke was dropped on Forlorn ages ago, and the city was spared, but then everything else around it was leveled into the earth. People can make history checks for that if they want. Oh, Vough. Your watery feet sizzle against the heat of the ground. But given the sight of Forlorn, you recall reading in one of the books back in the libraries of Tome during your studies of the outside world, that it is said how Forlorn exists today, how it looks, everything about it is that it survived through the Cataclysm. Like, this is what it looked like before the Cataclysm, when it was part of the city, of the world of Luez.
Of course.
And so the stories go, the Dragonborn were once ruled by dragons, and the last dragon, Saeoth, the mother of evil, sacrificed herself to protect the Dragonborn. She enveloped the city with her great golden wings, which is the apparent explanation as to how it still stands today. But through the death of Saeoth, she has kind of ascended into divinity for the Dragonborn. And they worship her now for saving them. And then now that you're at the bottom, and you note that there's this rather large body of water between your shoreline and the shore that Forlorn is on. It's like a massive moat, if you will. The water is bubbling, and there's this yellow tinge that's sitting atop its surface. Steam is rising into the air above. It looks like what a geyser, what geyser water would look like. So it doesn't look swimmable or traversable by boat. It looks very hot. But nevertheless, you find yourselves on this side of the water, and there is, all the way on the other side, the kingdom of Forlorn in the great distance. because there doesn't look to be any apparent way across immediately, you look north and south to see what you can see, and generally it's what I've already described: burning land, corpses, and lava and fire combusting occasionally. You see Rolland flying in the sky, and he... do you go to the alcove cannon, or do you want to regroup with the party first?
I think I would, just like kind of like detour, kind of like slide past them and sort of give Khanek the same sort of signal he gave me. Just sort of showing like, hey, follow me.
All right,
and then I would head
let's
over
go
to the
that
alcove.
way.
So he leads you north, and so further kind of up into the monument side of the Red Ring, and it's a bit of a traverse. You guys take about an hour to get to the place that Rolland is directing you to, and during that hour, the ashen lands surrounding you and the searing lavas and sharp rocks and toxic air, it takes a toll on your body, and everybody would take a dot damage,
Really
as it
nice.
were.
You motherfucker.
You take 6 fire damage.
God damn, Brelik's almost dead.
I take 3
I
damage.
miss Artyom. I'd like to be immune to fire.
Yeah, the perfect
Pretty
Dragon
much.
Slayer.
So
I'm on 1 HP.
Vough is boiling by the time you all arrive, and Rolland, you kind of show them the way into this alcove, and Vough, you feel your body step onto cool land once more. And, you know, I guess I should specify, it's like marginally, or no, comparatively, it's cool to what you have been walking on. You all are sweating buckets still, very uncomfortably, and glistening with grime, and gore from the battle before, but you settle down and you find a place to rest. What do you do with Brelick's body, Rolland?
Get out his bed. Fluff it up.
Oh yeah.
No, but for real, I'll put my bedroll on top of his, double layer it, and I'll lay him down. I just say,
What'd you say?
I say, just rest up, Brelikk. You did well. I don't know if that came across. I don't know.
Yeah. Gerlach steps beside you. Shall I watch over him?
Yes, if there's anything you can do to mitigate the atmosphere here.
It's been a long journey
There's that.
from the lands
There's
of
that
heritage.
power shield I gave Vough. I don't know if it's raining.
One sec.
Or if it's
I'll
just
hit.
bad.
I'll hit
Yep.
Matt with
I assume you have.
or I'll hit
7
Brelikk
D&D
with
at 7. We're gonna go to
the last of my level 1 spell slots to just cast Cure Wounds on him, so that he can sustain a few
Hey.
hours of
Okay. So if you're,
Forlorn's
if you're
atmosphere.
doing anything and if you're finished,
Check.
Like we're on the atmosphere of a different planet. Because it is a different planet's rocks.
Hello.
Aliens.
Hello.
it was actually aliens.
Yeah, Gerlog would say it's been a long journey from the lands of heritage, trekking with the giants and the suns. And you see that Gerlog is kind of, his expression is distant as he describes this. Apparently still processing the death of so many beyond his ability to save. And you catch in this moment that it would appear that Gerlog had done what he normally does, which is come to know the people that he helps in his time helping them. And it's clear that this loss has affected him, but doesn't seem to have dissuaded him.
Sort of try to distract him. Just bring up conversation.
Sure.
And I'll say, like, you're like, pass through Cistern on your way here, right? Long way. And I'll try and speak in sort of like a...
Right.
If they overhear me, so I get, like, I don't want them to overhear me, but...
Right.
But we're in a small space, so I'll just...
Yeah. His eyebrows raise and he kind of nonchalantly looks off to the side, eyeballing the two new Cistern newcomers. Not that he actually fully knows where Bosong is from, but just given the proximity of new arrivals, he turns back to you, says, "That is correct. I was bound by Pegasus, took off over the land, flew along the southern shorelines, and avoiding these kinds of conditions, and found myself back in Safeguard quickly thereafter. Didn't try to linger too long. Why do you ask?
Wondering if you saw any... This... Disciple claims Cistern's re-entering the war. I want to know why.
Yes, well... There were rumors of before. I did not pay them mind.
You know, I've been up here. I don't have any information.
Of course. They say that the Festival of Peace and the events that transpired thereafter, being the elven attack on the outskirt cities, left a
Brelik's the only one who knows of this.
sour taste in the mouths of its people and its now king.
Holy shit. Harry made the pilot come full circle to the plot.
My god.
There is a great militarization taking place in the sands of Cistern. Undoubtedly, Captain Zone.
Says he's on our side for now, but said that Cistern intends to end this war, which makes me think they know something we don't, or have something we don't. Both know this war has been going for a long time, and well, what could have changed? Didn't even know Lord Arco was on the battlefield, and he would have had to pass through their territory here.
It is a radical shift in ideology, to be sure. Cistern has not broken their neutrality for 1,000 years.
Yes, it seems that everyone's breaking their neutrality.
The war never ends.
Oh, just stay vigilant. And, thank you for coming.
I'll help you. I'll help you keep an eye on them the best I can. But this one here, and he gestures down to Brelick's battered body.
He won't be staying with us for long. He has a injury. And I won't let him forget it.
What'd you say? Sorry, the microphone's cutting out.
I say, don't worry, he won't be with us for long. He has a country to lead, and I'm not going to let him forget it.
Sherlock nods. Very well. And then he looks back down to Brelikk. And back to you, silently. Offers another nod, and then he finds his place on a rock, a boulder somewhere next to Brelikk, and sits down and
rejoin Khanek and the others.
Yeah.
I'll walk over after. I'm sure Brelikk is at least resting for a bit. I pumped that 19 health into him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You do so.
And then
say the light in his chest hums a little bit brighter. It flickers a little less, and the breathing is much more rhythmic.
Some more flesh somehow reattaches itself on his body.
Your arm isn't shredded to Qeynos.
He's a bit more recognizable.
It definitely reforms. It comes back as scar tissue. So it's
half orc skin.
Have you ever seen those people? Is alopecia the right word for this? Nope, that's the hair thing. It kind of looks like you've been burned. You know, like your skin color is slightly different in certain places where the flesh was missing before, but then it regrows and kind of hardens back as scar tissue.
Like, is it lighter, or like, is it a lighter skin tone, or is it darker?
Well, if your Uncle Ruckus comes darker, Reeve it'll lago.
Let's get Jack, the medical expert, on this. It's probably lighter.
I was just making a Uncle Ruckus meme.
Oh, I see.
Well, I'll walk up. I'll try and make eye contact with Khanek, and then to the whole group, and I'll say, now that we're a bit more safe, maybe we can have a longer conversation about everything that's happened. Please, since we have everyone here, you'd introduce yourselves again. You too.
And who do you look to exactly?
I'll look at Bosong first.
While you've been running around, Brelikk, Bosong's been rotisserieing Akko's leg.
Oh my god.
In a corner.
Okay. We'll say you found like a natural like fire, you know, like a little
vent
that's coming out of the corner of the, and you're just like, yeah, you're rotisserieing his leg. Yeah.
Sulfur.
Adds to the flavor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll look at you.
I am chieftain of a far-off land. The crone, the old women who predict the future of my tribe. They said that, should I not intervene, that your war would spread beyond your borders and sink my precious islands into the sea.
Oh, it would do more than that.
And so I have sailed here. I traveled my I walked through. What is it? What was it called again?
Cistern?
Yeah, I walked through Cistern to get here. I carried my canoe over the lands, and then I sailed again to that battlefield that we just escaped. So, yeah. I was ordered to help something called the Faithful Few kill their enemies. So that is why I am here. Would you
respect that?
Would you like some leg?
I'm okay.
More for me.
Song, your abilities were interesting. The way you trekked across the battlefield and rode a storm itself. Impressive.
If you say so. I just jumped into the wind and swung my hammer.
Suppose it's not much. Glad you were on our side there. That's all I'll say.
Just point at enemies and I'll swing the hammer.
Rolling odds. And you, the Cisternian that popped his head out of the sand.
I already have given my introduction, but since I guess Safeguardians have a hard time hearing, my name is Ocerus. First emissary.
My memory, please.
Yes.
Dude.
My name is Ocerus, first emissary of the Harbingers, disciple of Huul, and mouthpiece of His Majesty, Prince Anodyne, and the
I didn't
Kingdom
catch
of
that
Cistern.
earlier. You're the rank 1 Harbinger? The first emissary, surely that means you're the strongest. The rank 1 Harbinger.
I'd like to think so.
Impressive.
Then again,
Very
I don't
nice.
keep track. More important things, status and numbers.
Well, of course, in a command structure, it's important to know who's in charge.
Who's in charge is Prince Anodyne, and above him is Huul, one only.
You have no family relation to Prince Anodyne. You are simply a disciple of his.
Yes. No relation.
Confused. You come here, Cistern re-insist neutrality, like so many others recently, I must admit, but I don't understand why now. What changed? How have you
The
guys...
attack. The elves, he said, they soured relations.
Elves from
Well,
north?
remember what Brelikk told us. It was those disgusting changelings from Bedlam.
Ah, yes. So, Cisternian, who do you think our enemy is? Do you know?
Our enemy or my enemy?
I suppose both would be a reasonable response.
I have no enemies unless they.
I have no enemies.
I have no enemies. I have no allies. Cistern wishes to stand at the top and bring order back to the land.
Sounds like a proposition no one else but Cistern would like.
I'm sure Safeguard would have an issue.
Safeguard has done much recently to curry the favor and autonomy of other nations. You know that we can only win this war together.
And that is exactly why I'm here. If there's a plan to save the world and end the war, then Cistern must have a hand. I don't see any any representation from Cistern. I heard that this faithful few started out as a group from a peace summit, representation from all lands, and I don't see anyone from Cistern here, so you seem to have a void to fill. Now, if you have any issue with that, feel free to let me know.
No, no issue. I just hope your prince doesn't dream of things beyond his reach.
Doesn't everyone? Isn't that why they're called dreams?
Just want this war to end.
I believe everyone else wants that as well. Now, how it ends is more important to Prince Anodyne and myself. Is that satisfactory, Safeguardian?
Suppose. I must admit, I'm ignorant when it comes to the gods of Cistern. Do you enlighten me?
I'm a disciple of Huul. Wishes to bring order, balance to this world.
Well, suppose we're not in a place to be picky about help, you know? Granted, I find some of the vagaries of your responses worrisome. It's not immediate. However, if you're going to be traveling with us, you'll have to know what we're doing. We're taking the fight to Forlorn. We expect that Bedlam, among some other factions, such as Lord Akko, have been assisting Forlorn, pulling strings in the background, and recently Gale not so much. But figure if we can cut off, well, the twin heads Forlorn, would be a huge step in the right direction. Their necromancy, their Khanek armies have been proving to be troublesome, but we've dealt a large blow to their military forces. The war front is well behind us. Not sure what Sanctum's involvement will do. But right now we are assuredly past the front lines of Forlorn's territory. We want to find a way into the castle to confront the leader himself. A small elite team. Ourselves.
Well, then you're lucky to have me.
No problems with killing a snake?
Killed many in my past. I'll continue to kill them. Metaphorically and otherwise.
I understood.
Just making sure.
We're all on the same page then. No one else has anything to say. Going to rest.
I hope in future conversations you will be a bit more trusting of my words.
Listen. People show up off the battlefield. I don't think it's strange for me to be cautious. I'm sure you'll prove yourself in time.
I have already proven myself.
Me.
I have no need to prove myself to you.
And just like that,
Okay then.
The paladin rivalry.
Wait, I have a question. Are you guys standing while this is happening?
Yes.
Who's mogging who? Who's taller? Who has to look up
Oh,
at
God.
the opposition right now?
What?
I need to know who's getting
Same
mogged.
height.
Oh, the Giga
Exactly
Chad.
the same.
He doesn't need to height mog. He's just
Same
looking at
cock
your
size.
face.
Nice.
I don't. If I remember your roll, I know why it's the same,
Same
roll.
cock size.
No, bigger cock. Wait, Will, you want to
Hold
roll
on.
for cock size?
It's a dangerous game. I'll take the average.
Okay, well,
You
you're
want to
bigger
take
than
the average? No,
There's no, there's
I
no
know- I
taking
know
the
Rolland
average
was
for
under
cock
comedy.
size. No
You gotta
taking
roll
the
for
average
it,
for
damn
cock
it.
size.
Wait.
Roll.
DM has spoken.
We don't get to choose.
What is the roll?
It's a
I got
D12.
12. Yeah.
D10 or D12.
D12?
depending on-
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
D12.
it's a long, very.
It's a wide spectrum, Mike.
Jesus. I was thinking like a D8.
It is such a gamble. A D12 no reroll is.
Yeah, because
dangerous.
didn't Cannon get like a 2 or some shit? Like
was
that's
a
what
Yeah, and I think
There's a
Khanek
three.
got like an 11 or something, or a 12.
that's a wild number, bro.
Did I even roll?
Yeah, everyone did at the start.
Brelikk did. He
Yeah.
got pretty like average or slightly
Yeah,
above,
yeah.
but you haven't rolled for Nikolai yet.
It's true.
I'll roll for Nikolai.
Do all the new
Nikolai might just not have a
characters?
penis.
Do
Who
all
knows?
the new
Cock,
characters
roll,
want
cock,
to
cock,
roll a
roll,
D12
cock,
for us?
Yeah, we have to.
Okay.
Yeah, Nikolai's a
Please.
6.
Nikolai is perfectly average.
One.
No.
Hey, it's okay. Vough's a monk.
Yo.
Vough's a monk. It's okay. It's okay.
He ain't gonna use it no matter what. It's fine.
It's free.
Vough's a monk.
Look
It's
at him.
okay.
Alright, well.
Was a eunuch too, I guess.
That's
All right,
hilarious.
Bosong, roll your D12.
Come on, Bosong.
My
Bosong hit
God.
12.
This will determine if we are seeing it bulge out.
Do the gods decide to reinforce Filipino stereotypes as a thing? Let's see.
Let's see.
You have many wives. Yes, he has many wives.
The g-
Bosong sounds
God.
like a dude with a big dick.
Bosong has so
Bosong
many
acts
wives.
like a dude with a big dick.
Well, I
Bosong
imagine that
has
I imagine he's
so
wearing
many
like a kilt or like a
No, it's a
He has
loincloth.
five-
It's
No,
a
he has like
loincloth.
a
wives.
paper draped over his cock. That's literally all he has.
yeah.
So some
We've seen
loincloths
that.
do have like the little like undercarriage thing as well, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, that thing is just.
All right, Osiris, it's your turn.
Oh, dude, it's such a dangerous game.
As long as you don't get
Do it.
below a 3, you're beating
I-
out your rival
You can't-
paladin.
I
I don't
can't
like
lose
my
to
odds,
Mike.
man.
What do you
I
mean?
don't like my odds. The
You
dice gods.
you
do
need to
not
get
look
higher than
favorably
a
on
2
me.
if you want to mog Rolland.
You need to
Yeah, you just need higher than a 2 to Mogrel.
All
Let's
right,
go!
it's average. Let's take
Let's
average.
go. Yeah,
Look
there
at
you go.
Rolling.
3 times the size.
That's a
Hey,
respectable
three.
length.
Smallest in the party,
That's a
though.
respectable length for a paladin. You know, it's modest.
It's average.
Sorry,
It's
Cannon. 2
3.
times
Mom,
the size.
Oh my god, you're double. You're mogging.
that's
Cannon.
easily large.
He's 3 times the size of Roland's, is what it is.
It's a 3.
Oh, you got a 3? I thought you got a 2.
Fine, he's twice the
So
size
it's
of
double.
Roland.
So it's still double the size.
It's twice the man you'll ever
Imagine
be.
if she
Roland.
told you,
Semantics.
you don't have to worry about him, honey, but he has twice your dick size. Like, come on, brother. Joe,
No.
the Mog. It's
Poor
okay. You're the
Vough.
same height.
Well-
No one knows the penis sizes except for Bosong's.
True.
I'm glad we did
We
that.
just
That is
all know
true.
Bosong has a monster.
Wait,
cock.
no, the bathhouse. Khanek and I know each other's.
Well, Khanek never
I
went.
didn't. Yeah, I wouldn't go there. I would not have made a judgment call.
Khanek did
I
not
see.
go, but
He
he
didn't
did.
And no
go
one
to
knows.
Yeah.
Seifu.
Nobody in the world has.
I know exactly. Yeah, Cannon. I knew what you were doing when you said safe. Oh my god. And you did the fucking hand gesture. Alright, so the paladins have mogged each other now. Now I'll go over to Ocerus.
I am no paladin. It's Ocerus, thank you.
Osiris? Okay, sorry, I
Osiris.
legit. Okay.
Ocer- oh, okay.
So,
Osiris.
Osiris.
Okay. I've missed his name both times you
You-
introduced yourself.
When did these harbingers begin? Like I said, You're right. I have been out here a long time. I left Cistern a very long time ago. Back when neutrality was a core principle for, well, since I can remember.
Oh right, Khanek's a human.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would have left
Leaving
Cistern like
Endare.
in my 20s, and then
Yeah,
I would have
yeah.
been scoundering around for like 10 years in
Yeah,
the dust.
yeah.
So it's like, why did
Are you even anymore?
Well, one could argue, am I even human?
Yeah.
For reference, so is Roland's also a human, which is weird to say.
So when did the Harbingers
Crazy.
change? When did this?
I
The
don't know.
Harbingers were
You might be
selected
talking-
once Prince Anodyne rose to power.
Was
It
that
required a
recent?
new order.
So the old
Just-
king is dead then, I assume? Prince Anodyne is now in power.
Yeah. Ocerus, the Anodyne's daddy, I guess you could say, the previous King Anodyne, passed away due to old age, and now it's his son is in the process of transitioning to, be the rightful, well, not rightful king, but the king.
Prince Anodyne is still in his coronation process. But he has taken the mantle of leading Cistern. And with that, an ideology change. Cistern will no longer stand by and be walked over as years previous. Other Cisternians have issues with this. Other people in the world have issues with this. As it seems your friend Rolland here has that issue as well.
I would not be too harsh with Captain Zorn. He, his entire peoples are at the verge of collapse now. You and him are not so different. I mean, his seraph is no more. If anything, Captain Zorn could be the future leader of Safeguard.
Future leader of Safeguard. I don't think so. I don't see a future where Safeguardians lead Safeguard.
No.
You don't see if... Oh, ominous is the implication that Safeguard will be led by those of Cistern, or those who overtake Safeguard, like Forlorn.
So, on the current path, before my arrival, I would have said taken over by others. Cistern, of course, will make sure to try to keep order, but obviously, once this war is over, we must make sure to put a structure in place.
Safeguard is strong, but your premonitions, I do think they carry a lot of weight. If this war is not ended quickly, without their leader, all their great armies and structures, we may have stopped a potential three-front invasion when we were there, but they may soon fall. It was wise of Prince Anodyne, I would say, to charge into battle. For if the rest of the world falls, did the old man, the old king, truly believe they would allow Cistern to remain neutral? I think not. Very interesting, Harbinger. Very interesting. I walk away.
I wasn't there for this, was I?
Nope.
No,
No, because you guys walked away from each other after talking. Kind of,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
We're all in the same kind of area, so I don't know how
Yeah,
far
maybe
away.
you overheard him talking about a Safeguard falling. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you and Jurlog overheard us talking about how Safeguard will fall or some shit. What do you and Jurlog think about this, Cannon?
I appreciate the correct title.
Yeah, the voices kind of echo against the sides of the alcove, and there's definitely some conversation going on that others might take momentary notice of, but ultimately, like, the voices are kind of muffled, and unless you moved to rejoin the conversation, you wouldn't really hear specifics. You might hear the kingdom being mentioned and things like that, but beyond that, so you get an intuition that they were discussing your kingdom for a brief time there, Rolland, but beyond that, yeah, just Khanek walking away, saying very interesting and kind of maniacally laughing, and that's as the echoes subside, you all hear the crackle of the fire as Bosong, you finish roasting Lord Akko's leg, and what a sight it is. It looks delicious. It is golden and nice and crispy, defeathered, and ready for munching.
In light of our new friendship, would anyone like a piece?
Of course. To eat from the once great Lord Akko.
This is so funny.
That disgusting bird dared to mog us during when we were in his keep. And now, look how he has fallen. A crippled little creature to be eaten.
I just wanted to eat him, but okay.
Bosong, the cultural significance of eating this bird. It is something that cannot be ignored.
But it's just a bird.
Maybe to you, he was just a bird, but he was the ruler of a nation.
Bird fucked on.
It was pretty strange when it started talking, but it's a bird, so...
I hope you have the same attitude of the reptiles who talk and spew fire at us.
They're just big lizards.
Of course.
Hit anything with the hammer enough times, they all fall over.
Love it.
Anyways, please feel free. Have a piece.
You take a piece of the leg, Khanek?
Yeah.
Does anybody else take a piece of Lord Akko?
No.
I take a bite out of it. This is the best chicken I have ever had. It's roasted outside to be crunchy, but it's still juicy on the inside.
I think you can sick from eating that.
If only we could have had more Lord Akko. We could have started a Lord Akko chain store.
Okay, you convinced me. I'll take a bite.
Okay.
There's no way. I walk up.
Los Akos Hermanos.
Help yourselves.
Everybody's, well, not everybody, but Rolland
The
and
hound
Vough
chicken.
and Khanek all walk away with a piece of chicken. Even Gerlach is interested. He comes over and rips off.
Bro, we've been eating
piece.
shit for so long. This is probably the best food we've had in a while, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you think Brelikk would want some? Should we shove some down his throat?
Yeah.
He's just joking, guy.
You might want to eat it.
In this moment, Bosong, your heart is kind of warmed by the giving of, the sharing in a meal with your newfound
like
companions.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually one day your people will celebrate something called Thanksgiving. Why don't you invite us over to your homeland? I'm sure we'll be kind and we can thank and you can give.
Winter.
That's hilarious.
How very kind of you guys to deliver us blankets as a gift. I love it.
Oh, you guys don't have a flag? You can use ours.
Oh, you guys don't have a god? You can use. Oh, you have a god? Our god's better.
Prove it.
But don't you want to go to heaven?
What's a heaven?
Oh, do I have a book for you?
So,
Hits him with the same.
a question to both paladins in the room.
Nope.
What is the difference between worship of Huul and Aewa?
Up debate time.
First off, let it be known that I am no paladin. I am a harbinger. I am who paladins wish.
Oh god, he's so much cooler.
Oh my god, you son of a bitch!
This is a giga shit.
God, he's so much cooler.
What?
I'm sorry,
Fuck you,
Cannon.
Jack.
It's over. It's
He's
over.
the rank
Cannon.
1 harbinger, Cannon. He's the rank 1 harbinger. What do you want me to say? Ocerus, the rank 1 harbinger. That's fucking badass. This is the most cool like anime bullshit Will has ever like done. Ocerus, rank 1 harbinger of the Cisternian like fucking. Oh God, well, Jesus.
I'm
like,
basically the same rank as him.
Just
yeah,
for
man,
safeguarding.
you're Captain Zorn. Captain Zorn is like, you know, whatever. It's okay, Cannon. Let me put out this. I see on the screen a guy pop up. Captain Zorn.
It's gonna go to no.
I see another screen pop up. Ocerus, rank 1 of the Cistern Harbingers. Like, whoa,
Fuck you.
I'm clicking on his ad.
I literally am the leader of the scouting regiment.
No, that's not what you called it though. If you called it that, would have been funnier.
Fuck you.
Anyway, so yeah, I asked the question. So Ocerus said he's not a paladin, he's a harbinger. And then what else?
What else?
Is there a difference?
I kind of make a side eye, like a eyebrow nod to a Vough. He has a good point.
I don't worship his god, but I can tell you, Huul requires order, discipline. We just to restore order, keep a balance of things. We will make that happen.
Sounds like a paladin. Zorn, what's a paladin?
You say Zorn?
Kills you, Zorn.
Yeah, he called you Zorn.
Calls you Zorny boy.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I
was
was
just
wondering
looking
if
at
that's
you.
what he said.
Yeah.
Paladin. In Safeguard, we have no special titles for those who follow Aewa. We're just simple paladins. Vote our oaths, learn their teachings, follow Aewa's guidance. Return. She gives us that guidance. She lets us feel, tells us our paths are righteous. And, well, I suppose I feel assured of this as I wasn't on Azamar, most of the others. Safeguard. Yeah, Aewa still give blessings. Suppose other gods have also blessed me. These tablets, per se. To answer your question, Paladin is just someone who reviews their god and follows things. Nothing grand. Hard.
So what's the difference between a cleric?
I think one just swings a hammer.
But I've seen clerics that use war hammers.
What about a sword and a shield?
Clerics generally have more of a focus on supportive arts.
But what of the aggressive clerics, the thunder ones? I've seen clerics wield hammers, but this all seems like some sort of semantic by your gods.
It sounds like there's a lot of gray area.
Different gods provide different things. Not
We may
within
as
my
well.
control. They have different domains of power.
We may as well just let you guys who worship religion identify as anything, such as a harbinger now. There's
Yes,
too
I'm
much.
saying
There's
there's
this
no
much
difference
gray
between
area.
a harbinger, a paladin, a disciple, a cleric. It's all the same.
It's all an illusion.
That is not true.
What do you think the difference is?
You say so.
You can title this short, by the way, Harry. Identity politics in D&D. Thank you. You'll get a lot of views, by the way.
This is all a metaphor.
Unfortunately, my screen froze for some of it, but yeah.
Oh.
Metaphorical. Utah moment.
We'll see what happens.
Well, it all just sounds the same.
And Vough concludes the conversation with that resounding statement.
God, that was clutch, Mike.
No problem.
And in this moment, there does seem to be a division forming between Ocerus and Rolland, and the
Ocerus and the rest of the world.
and yeah, while the others discussed their identity politics over Lord Akko's chicken leg, great conclusions and thought-provoking conversations were had. And with bellies full of Lord Akko's chicken leg, many of you pass out from the exhaustion. Unless one of you is making a concerted effort to keep watch over your camp. Is there anyone who would like to keep watch, or would you like to just...
All right, Jurlog, back to your duty.
You want Jurlog to do it? Do you go
It's
over and
always
tell him that?
Jurlog's. Oh, no, I'm not.
Jurlog is a new addition. He doesn't, like, you guys haven't met him before, really.
I'll say, Sherlock, I can watch Brelikk. Some rest, trade off.
Thank you, Captain Zone. And he goes, finds a place to rest his head. As the night passes, which is confusing because nighttime is kind of always bright where you are. The orange glow of the fire coming from outside. Your alcove is just very you get used to it throughout the time sleeping. For you, Rolland, it feels like your eyes are drying if you don't blink often enough as you stare off into this desolate landscape beyond. Make a perception check.
Read.
Mm-hmm.
Did that work out?
Oh!
He sees everything.
And more. It's been about 6 hours by this point, and Rolland, you are staring off into this landscape beyond. And seeing more or less nothing. There are corporeal things that would appear to emerge out of the sooty earth, and then immediately they take a step and they return to the sooty earth. There are some fresh corpses, more so throughout, that you can spy, just like humps on the ground. They look to be melting into the earth, and becoming stuck, and then basically becoming consumed by the black ash. But at the 6-hour point, you spy a rather steadily moving silhouetted figure through the gaseous air. far in the distance, but you didn't see him before. As he emerged from the red glow, or the orange glow, you think he's actually slowly making his way south down the shoreline which you came from. But basically he's coming toward you. Doesn't look like it's intentional. In fact, it looks like he's wheeling something behind him, which is also just some kind of cargo. And you see him bending over and occasionally throwing something onto the cart. And then he continues forward, getting closer and closer to your campsite. But you imagine he would actually pass.
Eventually.
He would just pass by your alcove, probably without even knowing you were there. If you didn't flag him or anything.
Bite Harry.
Oh?
I'm not sure what I want to see what this cargo is. I guess. I don't know much about Forlorn, and if it's a lone citizen, what better opportunity than to gather some information.
Sure.
So I'd like to approach him, but I would like to stealth, not like up onto him, but sort of just hide the direction I'm coming from. Like
Sure.
I would like to like maneuver off to the side and then approach him, so it doesn't like show which way direction I came from.
Sure. Yeah, you're kind of changing your point of origin so that when he does see you, it doesn't show where you're coming from. Yeah.
Precisely. Yeah, 17 for that.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
But yeah, I'll just make my way closer, go over another, like, what do I see sort of a thing. I mean, once I get, like,
Yeah.
much closer.
So... Yeah, you continue your...
You might just want to draw it on a blank piece of paper, because...
Yeah, Mike?
You continue your approach, and, let's see. The tall... Well, you realize that as you approach... I mean, let's roll for this, actually. Okay. You note that he... Once you are within about... let's say 30 feet, 30 to 50 feet, you see what look like, from the silhouette, two big, glowing eyes that seem to register your movement for a moment. And
oh no.
The air clears a bit more, and you can tell that this is a tall figure. Seemingly...
It's the dragon, the two-headed dragon king. He's just out collecting rocks.
Seemingly, you know, humanoid. But he's dressed from head to toe in these dark leather garbs. Even looks like a heavy trench coat is over the top of his gear. And it's just glistening from the bloody rain that's been berating you. Behind him is a rusty wheelbarrow, piled with what look to be corpses. And
Are they all half-orcs?
the eyes, the man stopped for a moment as he saw you. But then he picks up the wheelbarrow and continues, actually making a concerted effort to approach you. Pretty slowly, but he does so nonetheless.
Yeah, I say, Hell. Could I stop you for a moment?
The man steps forward, and then clunk, his wheelbarrow behind him. And, where is this? Here we go. Test.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
You would see the man approach and make out more of the details upon his figure. He is wearing a patchwork hood, its edges having this intricate stitching, and beneath the hood, most notably, there is a mask obscuring his face, and from the mask is this breathing tube. Its ends
Oh, so he's not a
obscured beneath the folds of his scarf. And peering from within the mask are the two glowing orbs, which you identified to be his eyes earlier. They almost reflect the light of the land surrounding you. His frame is very slender, and the leather is like almost draped over him. And
it is like full leather, it's not just cloth.
yeah, in your
Like an armor, but I just mean thick.
yeah. In your experience, this man is reminiscent of the Kingdom of Sanctum, but you don't know. He's clearly humanoid, and not robot.
He has like augmentation.
Yeah. Hail indeed. Coincidental. Whoa, hang on. Coincidental for a group of the living. You and I to meet in the land of the dead.
It talks like a robot.
He's got a mask on.
No, I know. He just talks like a robot.
He does.
Ah, humanoid. We both are.
I'll say to him, yes, it's quite unsettling, but I see you found ways to adapt. Suppose I would put it.
Yes, of course. Traveling these lands requires a great deal of protection. You yourself...
That works to fend off the...
You yourself look as though you could use, assistance in your ill preparation.
Can't say I'm, that I like being here.
I would not say so either. But we do what we must.
Does it work? Does it truly work? Fend off this heat city.
Indeed. It is of my own design, of my own making.
Impressive. What? I like gesture to his cart. I'm not sure what's in it, but I just say like, what brings you out to these Badlands?
Research.
Research.
I'm
What could be of value in this? Wait.
organic material. Runoff from the everlasting conflict above. The bodies piled so high they fall over the edges into this place. If they are not collected, they are melted into the earth, never to be used for any purpose.
So all the bodies all along Forlorn has just been collecting the blood and guts that run downstream to their soil.
I believe you have me mistaken. I most certainly am not here on behalf of any Forlorn agency.
I apologize, I didn't mean to assume. Just you are the first person I've met here.
It is quite all right. I understand the treatment of the living beyond these lowlands. And the corpses that they become are morally dubious at best.
Don't even think they'd be recognizable by the time they're here. If I may ask, where do you hail from?
Well, that is an interesting question.
There's some...
If you are to ask me where I hail from today, it would be from within the walls of Forlorn. If you were to ask me from where I hailed before then, it would be the Kingdom of Destiny.
A fellow
Oh
believer.
my god.
A
No.
fellow believer.
That's why he
You a
talks like
Vulcan?
this. I fucking knew it. I hate all these bastards.
Oh my god, yes.
That was so perfect.
Yes.
You hid the accent.
I hate all
Hidden
these
blue
bastards.
person. I
We don't
knew
know
that
this though,
sounded
because Cannon's the only one
familiar.
who approached him. God, motherfucker.
Let's
Hidden
go,
blue
blue
person.
people unite.
Might I ask
Yeah.
from where you hail? I see
Well, that
you
is an
don the
interesting
garbs
question.
of an enforcer of the Kingdom of Safeguard. Is this aptly the case?
Suppose so, but I'm acting independently right now. But I am true to Aewa. I will admit.
An enforcer with his
Maybe
own
fun.
agency. That is an interesting story. But why has it brought you here?
I wish to. Well, I also have business Forlorn. And while I was just run off a battlefield east of here. I think they would pursue me into Forlorn's territory without without recklessness.
It is most fortunate you did not run off the battlefield in the way that many do. Down in these parts.
Yes. Well, I suppose I didn't run in the other metric either. fought my battle with the intended party, and, well, let's just say Sanctum now sits outside your borders.
I see. I see. Then it is approaching far sooner than I had originally ideated.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it is a lot to explain to a random stranger in the land of the dead. But if you are of your own accord and your own will, as one might say, perhaps your services, your strangeness to me, does not need to be so strange. Perhaps we can come to know one another. And he holds out his hand for a handshake. I am Dr. Aluzad.
Oh my god! Harry, I recognize that name, right?
Yeah, you're not there, though.
Oh, fuck yeah! Oh, it's Dr. Aluzad.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll shake his hand. I'll shake his hand, Harry. I say, look, call me Rolland.
Rolland. Might you have a surname?
Thorn. Rolland Thorn.
As in Captain Zorn.
Zorn, you say?
Yes. Come a long way. See. Well, haven't been within the walls in quite a bit now. In fact, I don't know what attachment you still bear to your homeland of destiny. But we're currently, well, after the tragedies that befell your people, we've taken them in. Safeguard. They're currently using our shelters in the cities. If that matters to you.
As you study his demeanor, because his face is hidden, you have a hard time discerning his reaction to this new information. But you note that he's let go of the wheelbarrow, and
Sure.
his hand has dropped as well, and he's kind of taken a step back, and he's
Everything okay, Dr.
put his head hand on his head. Zorn, you say?
Indeed.
Your father's looking for you. And that's where we'll end the session for now.
What?
No, Cannon, remember? You got that letter.
Oh yeah.
You forgot about your own father, you fuck? Oh my god.
No, I remember the letter now. Cause I have backstory and stuff.
Because I have backstory.
He's got a lot going on.
I got a little bit.
Forgot his own fucking father.
But
Oh, actually, Harry,
Cool
Khanek
character.
doesn't know who Dr. Alazad is, right? I don't think Khanek actually knows.
Cool fucking
no,
character,
you
Harry.
only know who he is, yeah.
Yeah, I know who he is, yeah. But Khanek does not. Okay.
Would Brelikk know?
Brelikk does not
Brelik's
know.
getting sent home, okay?
There's only
Send-
2 people out of character who know about Dr. Aluzad. It was something I made for Mike at one point in time.
Oh,
But there's some crossover.
Because Dalen is undead.
Dalen is very dead.
No, Dalen's gonna show up because it's Dr. Aluzad.
Who? Who's this Dalen guy?
Yeah, who the fuck is that?
Mike, Dalen's
don't
coming
know.
back, baby.
We don't know him, dude. We don't know.
We
You're
know for
metagaming
sure.
right
It's
now.
Dr. Aluzad. Dalen's coming back.
You're being weird. You're metagaming.
Yeah, I am. I won't. Not in. No, but I'm saying this out of character, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Dalen's coming back.
Okay.
You're so back.
Yeah. So the next session start, we will continue that conversation, and potentially with you and or more party members if you want to.
Man, there's gonna be
get
a
them
lot of
involved as
characters
well.
next session.
Yeah, what the fuck?
There's
We didn't have to. We didn't get to.
Dalen, Roland's
Wait.
dad. Anyone else who might
Matt
be with
basically
Dr.
didn't do
Aluzad?
anything this session.
Yeah, Matt's been knocked out the whole time. But
well,
sorry.
I
I
have
mean, he also has
exhaustion level
Nikolai.
5.
He also has
I have Nikolai.
Yeah.
What do you want Nikolai to do?
I don't know.
You want Nikolai to do something
Oh,
with cannon?
Nikolai here.
Talk.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. No, I was like, oh fuck, dude, I'm sorry. Not like.
Nikolai's just following the path right now.
I wasn't like calling you a loser. I was saying like, oh, I'm sorry you didn't get to do much.
I don't like it's weird. I honestly don't know what Nikolai would do right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I
hex
kinda
tech
didn't
adult.
expect Nikolai to live this long.
I can't believe I met Victor.
Never thought I'd get this far.
Is he? Where's his hex tech staff?
You can't believe you met Victor?
He'll be the hex tech staff.
You guys have officially entered Forlorn, and
Holy shit, he's CSing
you've
minions on the wave.
officially grouped yourselves together as a party now. And
What a lovable
God, this is just turning into
What a-
divinity with Will's
what a
character
lovable
now.
bunch of misfits.
Are you playing this all along?
it's turning
Quotations
into
on
divinity, is that what you
lovable.
said?
Yeah, the divinity.
In
ending.
which way? Oh.
Cistern's crazy,
Did you
dude.
get to the end of divinity?
We talked about it a lot.
Oh,
You and me.
yeah.
Because I said I don't care about stuff.
Yeah.
But we got into Act 3, I think.
Yeah.
And then Cannon was ready to kill everyone after he heard the spoilers.
But regardless,
A reminder that Mike sucks.
You think Cistern
There's
is
a reason we didn't
crazy?
finish Divinity.
dude, I literally feel like Cistern's coming in and he's like a Spanish fucking like fucking Mayan like leader where he's like, ah yes, I am the son of God. I'm going to bring order to the world. Phoenix Lord, like fucking some shit like that, dude. It's just like no one. It's gonna lead to conflict.
Yeah, with Bedlam. Yeah, war might be a theme.
Brelick's on good terms with Prince Anodyne. Who's to say
Brelick?
that you
Yeah,
know,
they met.
Brelick's the only
Brelick's
one
out
from
now.
session 1, you know.
But he's not the only character in the world from Session 1. Dalen's from Session 1. So once we get Dalen on our side,
As his negotiator.
yeah,
Where's Negotiator?
so is Dalen.
Where is I'm scared to see where
There he is,
Negotiator is.
Negotiator.
Why are you guys wondering about this? It's all about
What do you mean,
Dalen.
why?
It's all about Dalen, guys.
What?
What does a negotiator even have to do with this? This
I
is
want to
all
know
about
where
Dalen.
I want to know where Misk is.
Yeah, I want to know what Misk's evil plans
Yeah,
are
evil
right now.
plans.
That's what I want to know. What are Misk's evil plans?
I want
You
to
know
know
what's gonna be
what
funny? We're gonna get to Bedlam, and Misk is gonna be in some dungeon because he failed his mission, and we're just gonna find out he died in the dungeon.
Jack, so it's about to fucking say.
Because Misk is a loser who failed.
I don't even know.
That or it's like he's like on some throne, like I fooled you all.
I'm actually
The
the
whole
god
He is the
emperor of
Dragon
Bedlam.
Lord. Yeah. He is the two-headed Dragon Lord.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah,
like,
the
as
second head was
two-headed
Jorma,
dragon lord
'cause
dies,
Jorma was
his
also
sword
evil.
shapes and shit
Meanwhile,
forever.
Brelick's just
Was Mishk all along, all along.
All along.
Long.
all along, all
was a lot of.
figured out
I can't wait to talk to Brelikk
myself
next
out.
session, Matt.
Yeah.
I sort of flavored it myself. I don't think I didn't tell Harry I was gonna do this, but I just sort of thought the moment it started, I was like, Brelick's not gonna wake up this session.
Yeah.
Brelick's not gonna wake up.
Based.
He-
Based.
Because
it's
like we fleshed we fleshed out like he would have exhaustion level 5. I'm like, okay, so he's basically useless. I'm like, would he even be awake? No.
I like that you said like he was like grasping at consciousness. I thought that was a good detail.
Yeah, because I love the visual of like fading in and out of consciousness. He just sees flashes of stuff, right? Like he wakes up initially, sees like double images of like just being rescued, maybe a double like feather falling, like flying down the cliffside, right?
He'll be like, "What happened?"
And
All
then
I
just-
remember is this, this, and this.
Yeah, I just got flashes or something right after the battle.
I literally see Will's character as like some Spanish conquistador.
Dude,
Except it's
Will's
the first
character
half of
is actually just, it's like the tier 2 of like the
No.
level up.
No.
It's like the tier 2 level up of like this
This was
these
my
were the
fear.
first era characters, and then now here's like
Look
the
what you did.
next level, you know, like
V2.
I'm not gonna lie, I
I
actually
knew
really,
this was a potential to happen.
it's so cool. Oh
I
my
re- I re-
god.
the thing I like the most about Will's character is that it's from Cistern, so it's like we actually have.
Yeah, exactly. It's
we-
like it's in
like-
the world. It's like now he's leveled up. Like it's
Yeah.
oh dude, it's so fucking cool.
It's
What do you mean?
it's one of those things where we haven't heard much from Cistern because we've also been elsewhere and we've only heard rumors about what's happening there. So to actually have someone come into the party and sort of bring us information about like what they're doing to help with the effort now is like, damn, oh my god, they've been
Help?
doing shit. I don't know.
They haven't. They've been sitting on their asses, and they probably got fucking influenced by Bedlam or some shit.
Nah,
and now
dude.
They show up.
Nah,
they show
dude.
up when everyone's on their fucking last leg, and they're like, "We must bring order to the world." They're cunts, dude.
More like Bedlam.
So you know the comparison you've just made, right? They're basically America with both the world wars. They were uninvolved for the majority of the time, and once everyone's exhausted,
yeah, and
they
Rolland
just
is
came
the
in and
EU.
rolled over.
I'm Britain.
Boom,
I've been
baby.
fighting on the fucking front lines for years. America's like, here's a little bit of money or whatever.
More like
Um,
Bedlam.
They got what they fucking deserved
For-
to eat it. I'm kidding.
For those.
I'm excited I got to say the one line. I had that thing cooking. I knew someone was gonna call me a paladin. I was so ready to say no. Paladins are who wish harbingers are who paladin wish they could be. I had no one.
What
Okay.
the fuck?
but
You just
what's the
literally bet into
difference?
Jack's power fantasy.
Oh, it's such a baseline though.
Fuck.
Dude, it's so cool.
For
We did get our long rest off,
When
right?
Rolland leaves safeguard, he's gonna make it.
Yes, everybody can long rest their character sheet, and then
Nice.
also people who picked up items last session. I have them prepped now, but you still need to identify them. So if you are identifying the item you picked up, then just let me know. And
I don't know if I rest
Can we do that?
I'll need
talking.
Jack to identify it for me.
it is so.
Wait, isn't that Matt's item he gave you because he thought he would die, but now he's back? Right?
Yeah.
I
I'm
picked
still,
up the
like-
No,
hourglass, but
Yeah.
no takey backy.
Well, no. Like, to be fair, I'm gonna be useless for like a few more. Brelick's gonna be
Yeah,
useless
it's
for a few
it's
more
not-
long rests.
That's not what happened. I picked up the hourglass, and then that was on Vithma, and then Brelikk gave me a bunch of his shit.
Yeah.
You guys will still have to use some of that shit because Brelikk cannot use it. He's
fuck is using shield other than
he's
me?
exhaustion level 4 right now. It's gonna take 4 more long rests until he's even back up to full strength. He's at half HP right now
How about
and
top?
half speed and has disadvantage on ability checks and attacks. So
Don't
I
worry,
mean,
Matt.
he's-
I'll remove your. I was just gonna go ahead and arrest you next session, but I'm waiting till our characters can interact first before. I do it.
okay. Does that get rid of exhaustion?
And he won't call you a podunk.
Oh shit.